Hello, beautiful creator. My name's Mary Howe, and I'm here to do a pick a card reading. And the topic for today is, what do I need to know for my highest good? And we're going to ask nature and animal spirits to help us with this guidance today. So I'm using two of my decks. These are the animal spirits and these are the nature spirits, along with three additional decks. This one is the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. She's one of my favorite authors. I have several of her decks, and she's a good place to start if you want to purchase your own decks. Another favorite is the Native Spirit Oracle cards by Denise Lynn, and probably my first set of cards was these medicine cards, and they are by Jamie Sands and David Carson. So the first thing we're going to do is pick I'm going to start by drawing, setting up piles, and you'll pick one of these three piles, whichever you're inspired. So what does pile 1 need to know? There's an animal card. And what else can we get for clarity for pile 1? So there's your pile. And what does pile 2 need to know from animal spirits and nature spirits? What does pile 2 need to know for their highest good? The 2 cards came out here. What else does pile 2 need to know for their highest good and for clarity? And what does pile 3 need to know? One more card for pile 3. What does pile 3 need to know for clarity? Okay, so there's your 3 piles, and I'm going to add some treasures from my treasure box. For pile 1, we have this blue jay feather and this bird. And for pile 2, and it's a spider. Eek. And pile 3, you have a zebra. Okay, so what you'll do is just pick the pile that you feel drawn to. Take a few breaths if you're not sure. You can always choose more than one pile if you are drawn to more than one. I will meet you in your reading. All right, pile 1, what do you need to know for clarity, for your highest good, and what do the animals and nature spirits have to share with you about that? So you have this blue jay feather and this little bird here. So birds are messengers of spirit, and they bring a lot of wisdom. Each type of bird has a different sort of symbolism, but the blue jays are what I would call the badasses of the bird world. They're fighters. They go after what they want, and they So I'm sure that has something to tell you and about what you need to know. And I promise I did not intentionally pick this feather, but here it is, another feather for you. This is just a generic feather, but cultivating emotional resilience and taking risk, awakening to the magic within, help from unexpected sources. So, what else do we have? This card is about going with the flow. A lot of bumps and bruises. Rejection is for your protection. So letting go in, and that's a duck, so another bird here to give you some messages today. So going with the flow is what that card is about. So these cards are upside down, and I'm going to go ahead and take this bobcat out of there because that seems like it was meant for you. Life is a mystery, so you don't have to have all the answers in order to move forward. One of the ways that I learned to move forward is one step at a time. Another bird. These birds are just everywhere in your reading. Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. And you've got a badger here. Be fearless and bold. So let's see what else we can come up with from nature, native spirits. I've got a couple that are popping out. Answering the call, ancient forest. Okay. Life is a mystery. So do you pay attention to nature? Do you listen when you see animals, when you see signs in nature? Is it a big shock to your system? Do you get inspired? Do you pay attention, or do you just ignore? And a dragonfly and a spider. So what do these wise beings have to tell you? What do you need to know for clarity? And in some ways, this message feels more confusing than clear. But what I am inspired to say is that the next step is what you want to focus on. It's not figuring out the whole plan, but what is your inspiration? And the messages of the birds in particular are coming to you, but are you listening, and are you answering the call? So what is that all about? Answering the call. if you've been waiting for your life to shift, the wait is over. So maybe there have been a lot of bumps and bruises along the way. So this duck is like, have you heard the phrase, like water off a duck's back? Whenever they get in a tussle and a fight in the water, they will have their fight and then they'll shake it off. A lot of animals do that, but ducks in particular. And basically shaking off whatever has harmed you or caused you suffering is a critical thing for you to do right now in order to answer the call of spirit and move forward. And this spider is wise. A lot of people are afraid of spiders. You know, if you see a spider in your house, what do? You kill it, or do you let it out, or do you leave it? I've done all three myself, but I don't know if you hear those sirens, but there's sirens in the distance. So paying attention. But the spider weaves a web, and they make these beautiful mandalas and pieces of art, and that wisdom shows how interconnected things are. So when you see spider webs or you walk through spider webs, it's almost like an initiation, especially the walking through the spider webs, initiation into wisdom. And so you're being called into this place of paying attention and listening to spirit. It's like you're being called into this sacred space within your own being, and do not doubt your abilities, your intuitive abilities, and your connection with spirit, because it is there. It just may not be what you think it should be. So if you're shoulding or saying you have to, or believing that you don't have choices, then you're lying to yourself. That's not true. Life always gives us opportunity to make choices, and you're being invited to make choices that are intuitive, and it can't be explained away. I mean, this life is a mystery card that wanted to show up. Let the secrets of the universe reveal themselves to you through direct experience. So when you see something like this in nature, pay attention, and you can look up the symbolism. I mean, first of all, if you're trying to build your intuition, then what you want to do is listen to your own guidance before you hop on the internet or look in a book to find the answer from someone else. You have the ability, you have this intuitive ability and this wisdom that is coming to you. And just like feathers dropping in the air, falling to the ground, that's like your intuition, your wisdom that's coming to you. And I wanted to look up the dragonfly. So dragonflies are another here, this is a little poem. Dragonfly breaks illusions, brings visions of power. No need to prove it, now is the hour. Know it, believe it. Great Spirit intercedes, feeding you, blessing you, filling all your needs. So, dragonfly was once dragon, and dragon had scales like dragonfly's wings. Dragon was full of wisdom and flew through the night, bringing light with its fiery breath. The breath of dragon brought forth the art of magic and the illusion of changing form. Dragonfly is the essence of the winds of change, the messages of wisdom and enlightenment, and the communications from the elemental world. So this message of clarity is to listen. Stop and smell the roses. Listen, and if you take the time to listen, then Nightingale Spirit tells you love is everywhere, even in the pain, even the bumps and bruises. Love is there and waiting for you. So heed the call, listen to the birds, listen to the music, and answer the call. Okay, Pile 1, that is your reading. I hope that this was helpful in giving you some clarity about what is next. You are a beautiful creator, and you have the ability to create a life of love and peace and joy, and the wisdom of nature and the animal spirits wants to guide you. And you can ask for guidance. You can say, I'm open to receive your guidance. Please come closer. And they will show up. It's amazing how they'll show up. And when you see a bird, that could be just a message of pay attention. Pay attention. Hawks in particular, and other birds of prey, I think, are attention getters. All right, so if you like this, please press the like button. I hope you'll subscribe so you don't miss a reading, and I'd love to hear what you thought and how it was helpful. Bye. Okay. Welcome, Pile 2, to your reading. This message is from nature and animal spirits to give clarity on what do you need to know for clarity for your highest good. And you chose this pile with the spider. Eek, eek. So spider is a symbol of wisdom, believe it or not. And maybe we're afraid of spiders because we're afraid of our own wisdom. And what did you get from nature? The seashell, selling seashells by the seashore. This is a message for your heart. Self-forgiveness. What would love do? I am love. I have a right to love and be loved. And sing, little bird, I accept and behold your gifts today. All the gifts I give, I receive when I welcome someone else's gift. And nice, trying to do too many things. Stay focused on the little things. I was inspired to do this because I had a mouse in my stove drawer. So when animals visit me like that, you know, I mean, obviously you don't want a mouse in your house, but they are bringing a gift, a message. And so do you reject the gifts that come to you, or do you welcome them? And rejecting gifts is not a good idea if you want to welcome more goodness and abundance into your life. And so giving and receiving is the same energy. You can give a gift, and if the receiver doesn't receive, isn't open to receiving, then your energy is blocked just as well as theirs. And so give with an open heart and spirit, but also receive, welcome the gifts that are coming to you. So what else can the spirit animals tell you about what you need to know for clarity? Flamingo, embrace the in-between. And dragonfly spirit. Dragonfly, not this card, because I have these medicine cards too, and they're animals. A dragonfly came out for pile 1, so you may want to go back and look at that one, because there was also a dragonfly and a spider in pile 1, and so there may be some similar messages for you there. Oh, and the bird was a repeat, so you have 2 birds here, and 2 insects. So all right, so let's see what else we can come up with for you, gaining clarity from horse, freedom, tribal spirit dancer, lots of birds there. So I love birds. Birds are messengers of spirit. They bring us messages. All the animals, all of nature does if we pay attention, but birds in particular. Okay, we got 2 of these medicine cards, and otter. Oh, that's a sweet little animal, isn't it? And a butterfly, transformation. So something is transforming in your life, but you may not feel it yet. You may feel chaos and disruption, you know, like having a mouse in your stove, or something like that. So freedom, some type of freedom is coming, but right now you're in this in-between place, is what our flamingo friend is telling us. And flamingo, or the embracing the in-between, is a very uncomfortable time, but you can't get there without traveling the path to get there. And so if you want to go on a trip, and you're in, you know, I'm in South Carolina, so we'll start in South Carolina, and you want to drive to the other side of the United States, then you're going to have some, you're not going to blink your eyes and be there. You have to take the trip, whether you drive or fly or walk or bike, whatever transportation. And there's going to be roadblocks, or maybe there's traffic or some other setback. And so being willing to take the trip so that you can get where you want to go is a really important thing. And if you're shifting the way that the stories that you tell, and forgiving yourself or forgiving others, then that, for most of us, that is a journey. I mean, it's not something that just happens overnight, but it's something we have to kind of be intentional about changing over time. I mean, for me, it's been almost 20 years that I've been intentionally, creating more peace and love and joy in my life. And some days it feels like I'm just starting out. And so don't expect to get to California if you're in South Carolina without some obstacles to get there. But you can take the trip. You can take the trip with a sense of freedom. You can choose to embrace it and take the journey with some joy and trusting with nature as your guide. They want to work in unison with us humans. So I don't know a lot about the otter, so I'm gonna read about the otter a little bit. And this says, woman medicine, otter so playful, coquettes by the stream, the medicine of woman, the realized dream. So I have to say, women are receptive, the female energies, and we all have male and female energies. We may identify as male or female or somewhere in between, but we all have both. And so whether you're a male or female, this card is a message for you to balance out female energy. And we already talked about the receptiveness, being receptive, being open to receiving goodness. And otter invites you to do it in a playful way. Otter is curious. Otter will not start a fight unless it's attacked first. They're joyful creatures, full of adventure, and they assume that all other creatures are friendly until proven otherwise. Isn't that lovely? So otter invites you to a sense of playfulness, singing like the birds, like maybe playing more music, singing more, which will help shift vibrations inside. So our body holds a lot of pain and energy, and when emotional things happen to us, that can actually be stored in the body and then turn into physical illness. And so shifting that, healing that is one effective way is singing, chanting, using your voice, because your voice creates vibration. And so by doing that, then you're able to shift and not only that, but release endorphins and feel good hormones, so that it actually helps with feeling more peaceful and more joyful. So okay, and then I wanted to look up this spirit tribal dancer. I'll tell you a little bit about dragonfly. That dragonfly is it helps with seeing through the illusions, and and transforming illusions into truth. And so maybe there's stories that you've told yourself, and they're wanting to, the story wants to change. And so you're in this in-between state where you may have more awareness, but you're not, you haven't shifted fully into that new story that you want to tell. And so Dragonfly can invite you that into this wisdom that maybe feels hidden at this time. Pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion, and recognize insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking through from behind the veil. So Dragonfly has some secrets, some truths to share with you. And tribal spirit dancer, I'm not familiar with this part. So let go, say yes to life, be daring, dance to your heart's desire, unfurl your wings and fly, laugh, explore. So another vibrational shift. So there's singing, dancing, playing, running, like the horse, and your transformation is coming. So, and maybe you're in like you're coming out of the cocoon stage like a butterfly, and maybe your wings are wet. So be gentle with yourself, be playful, laugh at yourself, not in a self-depreciating way, but in a look at me, I'm so silly kind of way. Like find the humor and don't forget. I mean, what did you love to do when you were a child? What were you passionate about? What did you like to play when you were a child? And maybe translate that into something grown up, and see if you can kind of tap back into some of those playful passions that you had as a child. And in the wisdom is there waiting for you. Don't be afraid of the wisdom that wants to reveal itself to you. It is coming. Trust in yourself. You have it within you, and it will appear, I think, sooner than you might imagine. Okay, pile 2, that is your reading. I'm so glad that you were here. I hope this is helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss anything. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Is this helpful? And I'm kind of testing this out and seeing. I may publish these cards, and so I'm curious how what you think of them. All right. Bye. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You chose this pile with the zebra. I love the spider. This spider has been in every reading now. Not this one, but a spider. So we'll keep it because there's wisdom in the spider, and we can't have too much of that. So a zebra gets its stripes. They're unique creatures. So what is your uniqueness? So this is about the stories we tell. Your intuition is in service to your imagination. And it says, I will shine on behalf of the divine. I have an awesome vision for my life. The stories that you tell are what you will create in your life. And this is Cardinal Spirit. I welcome you, beloved, fully into my life. So soulmates, maybe there's a message for building a relationship with someone. It could be someone from the other side. It could be, cardinals a lot of times will come and visit. They're a message from loved ones from the other side. And building a relationship with your loved one from the other side is possible. And nature and animal spirits can help with building those relationships. And if this doesn't resonate, then maybe this isn't your reading, but that's what I'm inspired to tell you. So, all right. So, giraffe. We're going to add a giraffe and an antelope. Life is speeding up. See the big picture. Let it shine. Oh my gosh, peacock is a favorite bird animal for me. I have lots of favorites though. What about you? All right, native spirit. What else does pile 3 need to know for clarity? For their highest good? And how can nature and animals help with that? Dream traveler, gathering your tribe, soulmates. So maybe it's not, it doesn't have to be somebody from the other side. It could be somebody like another soulmate. And when I say soulmates, it doesn't always mean intimate relationships. It could. So maybe there's a soulmate that is on its way. You know, peacock invites you to let your ego out a little bit. It's the males who are the show-offs, ego. But maybe you could get your hair done or do something to really boost your self-worth by taking care of your physical appearance. Whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. You can still let your peacock out a little bit. So let's see, armadillo. What do you have to share with pile 3? All right, so let's see, dream traveler. To me, that message, and look, another antelope. So antelope is important. What is that message about? It says life is speeding up. So there's something, it feels like something big and wonderful and important is on its way. Maybe it's already here, and you know, giraffe invites us to look at the big picture. You've got these messages about your uniqueness with the zebra and with the peacock. There's something special about you that is ready to shine, reaching for the stars. Be open and curious, and believe in your ability to shine. I will shine on behalf of the divine. So let's look at antelope spirit. That is really cool that you got 2 antelopes from 2 different decks, I think. Life is speeding up. Antelopes are fast, right? You're being reminded of a quickening of your personal evolution as a powerful co-creator. It's time to get moving, set your intentions, and take action towards making your dreams real. Dream traveler, there's an intensity you can feel, and it's important to take advantage of this energy right now. So, these energy, these shifts, when you're feeling inspired, is the time to act. It's not, don't put it on a list. If you have an idea and you're inspired to act, then do it now rather than putting on a list, because when you get to that item on your list, then you may not have the energy, the timing may be off. Inspiration comes when we are ready to act. And so, lists are good. But if you're having an inspiration, then the time is now. So don't procrastinate on that. If you're wanting to know about a relationship, maybe it's time for you to make a move. Are you waiting on somebody else? Stay alert and keep up. So, gathering your tribe. So it's like what it feels like is you're so much is potential and happening. So being clear about what you're wanting to create is really important. And I would say that Dream Traveler card is about listening to your dreams. So when your nightly dreams, and if you don't know anything about dreams, then I would recommend you learn a little bit about it. Write your dreams down, like have a dream journal, write them down. Even if it's just a little snippet of a dream, that can give you a lot of information. And art, if you're painting, drawing in a mindful sort of way, art and dreams kind of come from the same place. They come from our unconscious spirit, and so you can create art mindfully, and that can be really helpful in listening to your intuitive guidance. You are a dreamer in the most wonderful definition of the word. And gathering your tribe could be people. If you're drawn to inspired to join a group or participate in something where people are, then do it. If you're having that inspiration, then do it. It can also mean, we've already talked a little bit about the connection with the spirit world, and loved ones that have passed over. And so, there could be ancestors maybe you have soulmates on the other side, that are angels, that are wanting to support you, and so it may sound odd, but just inviting them in and saying, I would love to know who you are, know that you're there, and create a relationship. So your tribe can be on earth with real live people. It can also your tribe can also be in the spirit realm, and so don't count that out. Of people you have known on earth that have passed over, or spirits that you haven't known in this lifetime, they could be there supporting you too. And I know it might be a weird concept, but if you're open to it and willing to invite them in, they can be very helpful to you right now in navigating all this excitement and energy and change. So armadillos are armadillo, armor all my boundaries, teach me my shields, reflect all the hurt so I will not yield. Armadillo is all about boundaries and wears their armor on their back. Its medicine a part of its body. Its boundaries of safety are a part of its total being. They can roll into a ball and never be penetrated by enemies. So while you are inviting people in, or spirits in, it's also helpful to have boundaries. And so maybe your boundaries are too rigid, or maybe they're too loose. And so either way, recognizing and maybe even learning a little bit about your personal boundaries would be helpful. If you wish not to experience feeling invaded, call on armadillo medicine. This is a good exercise. You could make a circle on a sheet of paper, and that circle is your medicine shield. In the body of the shield, you can write all that you are desiring to have, do, or experience. Include all the things that give you joy, and this sets up boundaries that allow only these chosen experiences to be a part of your life. On the outside of the circle, you can write the things you're willing to experience by invitation only. So like a visit from a lost long friend or relative, giving handouts to people, whatever you want to have limited experiences with can put on that outside of the circle. And additionally, I think it's important to recognize what doesn't even belong on the page, and so making a separate list of the things that you've invited into your life that are not serving your highest good would be helpful. But this is really exciting time for you to shine. Not be afraid to step back, look at the bigger picture, but most importantly, to acknowledge just how bright and beautiful you are, and getting the support that you need. So setting your boundaries with the people that are draining, the energies that are draining, and building up that tribe, because you have, and antelopes run in packs too. So there's two. I mean, they showed up two to this reading. So, okay, that's it, pile 3. Thank you for listening, and please like and comment. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If this is helpful, please let me know. And subscribe so you don't miss out on my readings. Thank you. Bye.